Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, I think we're on day 7 of trying to win a race, but also testing these 250s. We are on the countryside right now, and I think we are on the most hated bike in MX bikes. This is the TM. Now, I did a little bit of testing on this prior to racing, and hold on, let's try to get a good start here. Starts are so important, I'm coming to realize, and I've learned just to take my time because people are going to take themselves out. But the TM is probably the most hated bike in the game, right? And I've been testing it over the course of probably the last couple hours. And it is not as bad as it used to be. This bike actually has some decent speed to it. And the suspension, man, the suspension is not bad at all. I was on the ARL tracks. It was soaking up the bumps and everything, and it just seems to be really planted. The suspension seems really soft, and I think that this bike is actually a very... Oh, no! We cased it. We cased it. I think that this bike is actually a very viable bike. Now, that is one thing that I do have to say about these new betas. Is every bike, assuming that, you know, you have a certain level of skill, is actually a viable bike. So whatever bike you want to ride, you're going to be able to ride. Now, obviously, there's going to be bikes that are going to be a little bit faster, but at the end of the day, especially in public lobbies, consistency is going to matter more than the actual bike speed, right? And I don't think it's any different for the TM. We're going to get taken out right here. This guy's coming up on the inside. Oh, thank God. And I just think that this bike is actually way more viable than it used to be, man. It is... Oh. Man, these battles, I'm loving it. I'm loving doing these race videos, I got to admit, man. For the longest, I was only able to do track reviews. So to be able to hop on and race and record is just awesome. It's an amazing feeling, man. It really is. But the speed of the TM... It's not the fastest bike, right? But, man, I'm telling you what, the suspension, you guys got to give this bike a shot. It looks goofy. I do know that. But if you get the dash pack model swap, which is the one we currently have on it, it actually makes the bike not look halfway bad, man. So if there's any people out there that are creating skins for bikes, man, let's get some skins for the TM up in here, man. Because this bike is not a bad bike anymore. And honestly, I think that it's one of my favorite bikes. I definitely like it more than the Honda, but I also know that that's all personal preference. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reaper Doc really likes the Honda. I don't gel with the Honda very much, so... Dang, did we get cuts? Oh my gosh, we cased the triple again. I need to shift up, evidently. We must have got some cuts somewhere. Because it says we're in 8th. But we're really top 5, so let's see how this race pans out, man. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw, man, Motocross the game was announced, and we did some teasers for it on the channel, on the shorts. We did some teasers for it up on TikTok along with the official trailer, and we were brought in, and I don't know. It's an awesome experience to, you know, be involved in a project so early. So tomorrow's video, we are going to be going over the entire game of what we know so far, and we are going to do an in-depth conversation on what to expect from Motocross the game based on all of the information that is publicly available. So definitely tune in tomorrow, man. It's going to be a interesting video for sure. I'm gonna do my best to try to go over everything that I can. So they do have a Kickstarter page, so if you want to support them, I will include the link to the Kickstarter page down below. And man, the game is looking nuts, bro. It really is. It's based on what I've seen. I haven't seen any like official gameplay or anything, but based on the trailer they released and then all the information on the Kickstarter page, it's looking amazing. So it's definitely gonna be exciting to see how it turns out, man. We're 21 seconds down on Countryside now, and I think that's because we got cuts at the beginning. I'm not sure where we got the cuts exactly, but we evidently did get some cuts, and yeah, we needed to shift up there. Okay. But this bike is really planted, man. The suspension feels really good. It turns really good. I think it is still lacking a little bit in the power department. But outside of that, man, if you're a consistent rider, this bike will do very well. I actually enjoy the TM. On the last beta, the TM did not, I did not vibe with it at all. I did not like it, and I felt like it put you at a severe disadvantage to try to race on it. But this beta, I can't say it put you at a severe disadvantage, man. This thing is actually not bad. I wish it was a little bit faster, but at the same time, man, whew, it does feel really, really good. And so one of the things we got into a rut and got kicked out of it. Dang it. The Honda, man, the rear end slides out a lot. One thing I have definitely noticed with the TM is the rear end does not slide. So if you have, love to see it. If you are one of them people that is struggling with the rear end sliding out and trying to learn how to handle it with that, try giving the TM a shot, man. The rear end is very stable and planted. It does not slide out very much at all. Now I know that, you know, having the rear end slide out can be beneficial in certain areas, especially like Supercross. But yeah, man, this is not a terrible bike. I actually really liked it on the ARL tracks because the suspension is just so soft, and the way it soaks up the ruts and the bumps is just amazing. So I wish that the other bike suspensions were as good as this one, because if this had the Kawasaki power, this would be my favorite bike in the game. But as it stands so far, I was liking the Suzuki, but I've spent a lot more time on the Kawasaki, and now I am really vibing with the Kawasaki, man. The Kawasaki and the 23 Yami are my two favorite bikes in the game right now. I'm gonna have to try them on Supercross because I haven't been doing a lot of Supercross racing, man. I gotta admit, I definitely need to get back up on the Supercross grind, especially with, you know, the season coming up and everything. My goal for the upcoming Supercross season is just to qualify for a race, man. I just want to qualify for one ARL Supercross race. Now, being that I work and my schedule, that's going to be very difficult, but we got 7th place. We got 7th place. It's not a terrible run. Definitely lacking in the power department, man, but outside of the power department, I think that you should try this bike, and maybe the gearing. If you messed with the gearing, that might help. I was on a completely stock setup, so if you adjust the gearing, that might help you with the power. But I think the bike is overall good, man. But that's going to do it for us today, guys. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.